So the next thing we're going to talk about is how to record your music on a budget. So now, home studio versus studio hire. Home studio cheaper, DIY. I mean, you might be limited though. That's the problem about home studio. Your equipment might not be the best. You might not have the skills. You might not even have the ears to record, and also the equipment might be dodgy, like your speakers, your monitors. You might not be able to hear the music well. I believe if you're gonna get a home studio, the best thing that you need for a home studio is a mic, acoustics right, and just record. Once you've got a good setup to record, that's all you need. Yeah, forget about doing it all by yourself, recording, editing, mixing, sound engineering, mastering. No, unless you use AI. Now compare it to studio hire. Studio hire is way better, but you got to be careful with studio hire. You got to know what you're dealing with, because there's some crooks out there, like they want you to pay big money for their equipment and they want to move slow. They don't even, because everything is about time. So it's always good to be in the studio session and listening when your music is getting mixed down. So that's number one. Yeah, number two, you always have to see if they're passionate about the music. Anyway, next thing, BandLab. Forget about that. That's a joke thing. If you're using BandLab to make music, yeah, you can make it just to mess around, but you're never gonna get to the next level. Yeah, you're just gonna be on social media and that's it. Forget about what the artists or these people say that I made music on BandLab and it's a hit. And no, they're lying. They just wanna gas you. They just wanna tell lies. They just wanna tell stories, fibs. Now, sound engineering. High Priest Amun will recommend that you have a pro sound engineer, because the pro sound engineer has got the ears, the experience, and knows what they're doing in terms of how to mix down music and make it sound right. I will recommend not to use AI unless you really have to, because AI will just make your music sound flat and make it sound like everybody else. It doesn't have no authenticity. The last thing that we're going to talk about is the publishing and the royalties. Now, when it comes to publishing and royalties, what you need to recognize is when you create your own music, depending on how you do it. If you're doing it DIY, that means you keep 100% of your publishing and your royalties. I.e., if you're creating music in the studio and you create the sounds by yourself, that's how you get the publishing and the royalties. And to be honest, the publishing right now is better than the mechanical royalties, because the publishing pays more. Now that's it. Time's run out.